And now we are live.
Sweet.
Testing. 1 2 1
Wait,
2.
can you guys hear me? Oh yeah, okay.
Yep, hear you just fine, brother.
I keep saying there's an error loading my app. That's why like it.
Someone's got some music bumping there for a second.
Yeah, I heard that.
Oh, that's your channel, Jeff. I was going on your channel.
All right, cool.
Cool. Well, once again, we've gotten together, and once again, we have had some difficulty of some kind.
Yep, that's my fault this time.
You're always in a different place, too, man. Either got an apartment, or are you at your parents' house right now?
No, I'm at work.
Oh, okay. Because hey, you got your little sock puppet thing behind you there. It's kind of creepy, but
Oh yeah, that ain't mine.
Yeah. Chicago goes everywhere with that thing. It's this little buddy.
Oh man. Wait. Oh, there we go. Wow, 10 people watching already. What the fuck?
Yeah, this is great.
Well, I'm sure one of them is your fiance, right, Chicago?
What's that?
Your fiance, is she an avid subscriber?
A fiance? Oh shit! I'm getting married now?
What? Isn't that what I heard? You're like going steady or something like that?
Oh yeah, kinda. I don't really want to be in a relationship right now. I just want to have fun.
Well, what's his name?
Already with the roast.
Oh man.
Oh man, who's watching right now? Myrtlefoot. What's going on? Two Wheels Good. What's going on? Vive la Normandy. What's up? Oh, he's French. He or she's French. Nice.
He or she. Henry Rollins looks like he's under the stairs. Yes, I look like I'm under the stairs. It's because my house is what do you call it, like an A-frame or something like that. And so I'm in the very back corner. This is my little office area. It's kind of creepy, but it's like living
Looks
under the
cozy.
stairs. Very cozy.
Con la kilo.
What's going on?
Sorry, that's the dog's toy in the background.
Kilo Bravo. That's a cool name. You know, I was thinking about like screen names the other day because I was on my online game that I play all the time, Planet Side, and I realized that I have like just the stupidest online name. It's just Skragg 801, and so these other guys have stuff like Voodoo Monkey and things like that. I'm like, man, I should have picked a much better screen name. And the whole Skragg thing is just dumb because people called me Scraggly because I used to have this big scraggly beard. And so they just always called me a Skragg, and that's how that all evolved. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jobs kind of got the Skragg thing. Well, he did for a minute there when he was just that beard.
Oh yeah.
Oh wait.
You got to see it. Skragg did get to see it.
Yeah.
Is that the infamous room where I started puking? Jeff? Is that the room?
Yeah, it's in my room. You puked in my room, man.
I don't remember what it looked like, to be honest.
Did you get Chicago wasted?
No, not even wasted, man. I don't know what his deal was.
Dude, it was what was it, the martini or the margarita, whatever we had. It was a huge jug full. That got me.
Oh yeah.
And then a couple of beers after.
Yeah, it was like 2 beers before, margarita, another beer after, a couple beers after, something like that.
The whole time he wasn't talking about Bill Cosby, was he, Chicago?
If you did, I don't remember. It was all blur that night. All I remember is falling asleep on the train for about an hour, which was nice.
Yeah. You got a good nap on the train.
Exactly.
You missed your stop or something, right? Ended up like...
No, actually, for some reason, I woke up like right when I was about to show up. Or right when I was like going up to my stop.
See, that's scary to me, like falling asleep on the subway, because all the subway images that I have is just full of either like gangs or Ninja Turtles or?
It's way safer than Chicago. Like if I fell asleep on the train here in Chicago, I would definitely get, because I had my phone out too in my hand and I fell asleep and nothing happened. And like everyone else was asleep on the train too. It's just like, what the fuck? But if that was Chicago, it'd be a different story.
It could have been really bad. Could have ended up in somebody's basement, tied up to a post.
Exactly.
There's this article that I read about people who wake up like right at their stop, because like I'll doze off on the train and I wake up like right at my stop.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's like your brain is still on, or it's still actively listening, and then it just like Times Square, 42nd Street, and you just like, oh, this is my stop or whatever. So
yeah. Yep.
So yeah, how many days? I was gonna say, how many days were you in actual like New York doing stuff?
Wait, sorry, what?
How many days were you in New York?
How many? Sorry, I was glitching out for me. I was lagging. I was in there from the 18th to the 24th.
That's a pretty good time. Yeah.
23rd? Yeah, 23rd or 24th. Yeah, so I was in there for a good couple of days. You know, it sucks. I couldn't really meet too many other people out there, just because like just different schedules. But yeah. Plus, I couldn't ride a bike out there either.
You didn't like rent a city bike or nothing?
No, I do. If I want to ride a bike out there, it would have to be like a road bike or at least a hybrid or something. Like they're all expensive. It was like, because they opened, I think most of them opened at like at 7 or 8, and by the time I get there, it's probably maybe around like 9 or 10, and it's like $70 to $90 for a day, which the end of the day is really 7 o'clock for those bike shops, which is a lot of money. So
yeah. So as far as like going to New York and comparing it to Chicago, is New York a place you're gonna end up living?
No. I'm definitely staying in Chicago just because of the CPD for one, and then two, New York's way too expensive.
Oh yeah, we had a good conversation about rent in New York. Yeah.
Yeah. I can't afford it. But it's so nice though, dude. It's like
I think he glitched out on us.
We're losing him.
What's that?
You're gonna have to repeat yourself, Chicago. You glitched out right after you said something, but we lost like the whole little story.
Oh, my bad. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
All right. No, I just said it's kind of cool because like it's just everyone's still walking around like at 1 or 2 in the morning. Oh, I think I'm getting okay. Hold on, I'm gonna connect and reconnect.
Okay. Hydrate your soul. I wouldn't agree with you. Skragg is not the man. I'm a very, very lowly individual. Don't look up to me at all. Stalk you on Strava. Who are you on Strava?
Ryan.
Are you hydrating Ryan? It might be. That's the kind of name that Ryan would pick. Hydrate your soul. He's all religious and everything. He definitely stalks me on Strava. Just today, he goes, "So you're gonna leave at 5:20 again today?" Because normally I get out of work at like 6:30, and I just look at him like, "Really? You watch what time I leave work?" Like, oh yeah. 50% of the people from New York. Oh, what's up, John? Yeah, John, you definitely post a lot of inspirational stuff, I think, don't you, right? I'm looking you up right now, John. I'm trying to remember. I'm pretty sure you're the guy that I always see posting religious stuff when you're putting things up. I could be wrong. It could be a different guy that sounds like John Hargrave. Whew. Trump is here.
Sure, you gotta come to New York.
Man, I'm so afraid. I can't bring any of my weapons.
I got something for you right here. This little cash card night. You could hold on to that.
Yeah, that that might open a package or two. I don't know if I could.
Open an artery, a jugular, or something.
It was actually kind of funny. So today I'm sitting at Costco. I go to lunch with this guy from work, and I'm sitting there just staring at this person in front of me, and I can obviously tell that he's packing a gun, right? And just when you carry, you very often notice little things about other people who are carrying, because that's just one of those things. I don't know what it is. It's like when somebody's driving the same car as you, you notice that car more. So I notice this guy, and I can totally tell that he's carrying. And so this like thought flashes through my mind that if that guy got all crazy or whatever, I'm close enough to him that I actually wouldn't draw my gun and shoot the guy. I'd just pull my knife out and stab him because of how close I am. And then I started thinking, just carrying a good sized knife is more than enough protection most of the time, because if you're close enough that someone can actually shoot you, you're close enough to get them with a knife. As long as you run at them. So always carry some kind of a blade with you, and just keep that in mind that you can get to the person without them being able to really kill you unless they shoot you in the head, which is pretty hard to do. They're going to get you in the body, and that's not going to put you down right away. But if you can get to him just to knock him down and stab him a couple times, you can do a lot of damage with a knife pretty quick. Knives are scary.
My daily driver. You call it onto that one.
That's the one you can get on the planes with.
Wow. Nothing to say here on YouTube about my actions.
In theory, hypothetically speaking, you could sneak onto an airplane with
a United airplane with a key knife, yeah.
To defend yourself from possible terrorists with box cutters.
You will be an American hero, and then probably get arrested right after because
you had the key knife.
Yeah, because that's how shit works here.
You'd be like out in front getting all the cheers, and then as the cheers die down, they come up and handcuff you, and hey, all right, we just want to make sure that everybody knows, don't ever take a knife on a plane again. We understand that you stopped a terrorist from killing anybody or whatever, but the laws are the laws.
It's like when illegals get deported after serving the country. There's a few cases of that. They're just like, come on, that's like the last guy you should deport. It's like, thanks for serving the country, but you're here illegally, so you gotta go. It's like, well, geez, thanks.
It's crazy. It's one of those things. I was listening to a radio show today, and they were talking about AR-15s, which everybody thinks of as the big bad gun or whatever, because that's what everybody seems to use for school shootings. And this guy was kind of talking about him from the standpoint of after shooting an AR-15 for the first time, I agree that citizens shouldn't have them. And this guy's, he's a Second Amendment supporter, and he's a pretty conservative guy, but his whole thing is the first time actually firing an AR-15, he's like, it's just way too easy to put shots where you want to put them without much recoil, without difficulty, without any of this stuff. Any random jackass can pick up an AR-15 and be good with one pretty quickly. And I get that, but at the same time, it's okay, so we just want to outlaw certain types of guns and say only crazy people can't have these kinds of guns. But I mean, I don't know where I was going with that, other than the fact that it was shocking to me to hear what I thought was a pretty conservative guy kind of going on about how certain guns shouldn't be allowed for citizens. I'm just going, that's not the point of it. The point is that when the people that have those guns come to take your rights, you at least have a chance to defend those rights. And if you go into a fight as underprepared as you can be, then you're going in to lose. Where if you go into a fight as equal as you can be, at least you stand a chance, right?
Sure.
But I don't know how that turned into that conversation, but it goes from knives to guns to AR-15s to support your NRA.
Yeah, we started off with you coming to New York, now we're supporting the NRA. So. Conservative millennial.
Yeah, honestly, man, I just I don't want to go to California anymore. I don't want to go to the coast. Like, I'm good right in the meat of America. It seems, except for Chicago. Chicago's like some weird artery of a coast. I guess you're right by a Great Lake, right? So technically it's a coastline. So
is Chicago here? Yeah, I think he's having issues.
Oh, it looks like you dropped out again, huh? Yeah, I just noticed that.
Chicago, if you're listening, try to stream on your phone if you have the data to do so. All right, well, yeah. What's the FN? What's that?
It's a brand of firearm. They make all kinds of stuff. Specifically, I want to say their like big nasty gun or AR-15 variants called the SCAR, SCAR.
Interesting.
But yeah, the FNs, they make a couple of cool handguns too. There's one called a FN57. It's a handgun that holds like 22 rounds. It's a crazy amount of ammunition, right? And that type of ammunition is actually, if you ever play like first-person shooter games, there's a gun that's almost always in first-person shooters called a P90.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
And so the same shell that goes into the P90 is what goes in the 5.7, the FN57. And it's basically like a mini rifle round coming out of a pistol, which is pretty intense. But
all right, so I think stuff like that is worse because that gun sounds to be kind of light. You know, it's a handgun.
Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Fucking all right. I'm back.
But yeah, that gun you're talking about, it sounds like it's a handgun that can hold a lot of rounds. It's probably light. That sounds worse than an AR-15 because the AR-15 is it seems to be a heavier gun, a bit more bulky. I don't know. I'm not a gun expert or anything, but
so the reason nobody is gonna shoot up a high school with an FN57 is because they're too expensive, and that honestly, to me, that would be one way of addressing mass shootings, things like that, because realistically, you can get an AR-15 at the gun store, base level AR-15 for around $600, right? So when you think about $600, that seems like a lot of money, but it's not a lot of money in like terms of guns. It's what your typical Glock or any other handgun's going to run you is about $600. So to get a full size rifle for that same price, that's a lot of firepower for the cost. The FN57 pistol is going to run you in the range. I want to say the last time I saw one at a store, they were like $1,500 for a pistol. And the rounds that it uses, the 5.7 round, are super hard to get, and they're super expensive. So all that cost goes into it. There's actually, I think it was Chris Rock that one time said, Don't make guns illegal. Just make bullets really expensive. Make every bullet $5,000, and that will solve shootings immediately. It's like if somebody gets shot 3 times, they deserved it.
He's like, I'm gonna work this job. I'm gonna save up my money. Then I'm gonna come and find you. I'm gonna shoot you. He said some crazy shit like that. But it does hold some merit because like what you just now said, or what I said was the other gun, not the AR-15, but the other guns sound by far more user friendly in terms of the weight and being able to put the rounds in and all that stuff. And it doesn't sound like it's as bulky to manage as a
certainly not. Yeah, I mean, you're talking
talk about price. Now it's like, all right, well, this is what's going to stop everyone. But I mean, honestly, if you're going to shoot up a school, I don't think price is really a problem because you're not getting out of there a free man anyway. Not saying everyone has like $3 grand laying around or whatever, but I don't know. I don't think money is like a huge.
I mean, if if your goal is to go and do as much damage as possible, right? And let's say this very rarely happens. This is almost never the case. People don't just go to the gun store, buy a gun, and then go shoot up people. People usually get guns one of two ways. If they're kids, right? If they're a kid, they take their parents' gun, or they steal a gun from a family member, something like that. Or maybe they take a gun that is the family gun. Like it's not stolen in any way. It's just they have access to it. So you look at the kid that shot up as at Newtown. The Newtown kid basically went into his mom's safe, and after he kills his mom, he takes the safe and maybe he didn't kill his mom. I think he killed his mom, but I'm not positive about that. Takes the weapons out of the safe and goes and kills all those first graders, second graders, whatever it was. And now I know it sounds like I don't care because I don't know all the ages or whatnot, but no, I'm just, there's so many of these things now. It seems like, okay, which one was that again? Is that a high school? Is that a college? What shooting was it? But that's like one of the worst case scenarios, right? Is you have some crazy kid who lives in a house where the people are a little more liberal with their firearms than they should be, so they don't keep them as secure as they could be. But from everything I remember of that story, the lady had a safe, and she had the guns as a bonding element for this kid, because the kid was like just a jacked up kid that was into firearms, into video games and shooting and all that other stuff. And so this is how she connected with him. And she didn't, obviously prepare well enough to defend herself against him, or assume that he was going to do this, because she didn't secure the firearms in a way that kept them from her or from him getting them. But most kids that get a hold of firearms, it's the parents who haven't done a good enough job securing them. So, but again, parents, there would be fewer of these guns in houses if they were $3,000 a piece, right? I mean, the main reason I bought an AR-15 when I did was because it was $500.
Man, you have one and you haven't invited me to your house?
It's gone now. No, I sold. No. So I made money on mine.
I don't want to hear nothing, man.
I made money on mine. when those things went through the roof and people were paying all kinds of crazy money for them, I'm like, okay, well, I'll take this, $700 gun that I bought and sell it for $2,000 and walk away with extra cash in my pocket. So
really,
yeah, guns appreciate, man. Especially, and it sucks the reason, but after school shootings especially, and when Obama was president, when it was kind of like, yep, they're going to take the right now, they're going to shut down your ability to get them, they're going to cut it off, blah 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 blah. That causes a huge buyout, right? So people just start scooping them up, and because they get all scooped up, there's a huge demand and low quantity, supply and demand, and so people will go on and go on, not Craigslist, but local advertisers will sell peer-to-peer here, and they'll say, yeah, I'll sell you my AR-15 for $3,000, and then they see that it sells for $3,000, so the next guy gets 32 and then 35, and it keeps going up and up up. But and then a year later, the guns are back down to the normal price. So the stupid idiots are the ones that buy after a shooting, because they throw all their money at it thinking that the government's actually going to come for their guns. They never do. At least not yet. Not here anyway.
This is not Australia.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I mean, a lot of people think the government is just going to take the guns away. I don't see it happening. I certainly don't see it happening.
It'd be too bloody. And that's ultimately what the Second Amendment's about, is making it bloody to come to take that right.
We have some European viewers here. They're probably just like, what the hell did they do over in that country? Okay, so it probably sounds really crazy, the situations we live in here in America.
That him or European, because I wasn't make sure.
Save a horse, ride a bike, yeah. But yeah, I could talk about guns all night. I love guns. Guns are cool.
See, I gotta come out to Utah, man.
Yeah, it's the Wild West. We're one of the freest, as far as guns go, freest states. You can get stuff here that you can't get in other places pretty easily.
And this is the thing, you know, I never hear about some crazy shit going on in Utah.
Well, one of the things that did go on here, so it's probably 10 years ago now. I can't remember exactly when it happened. There was a mall shooting.
I'm gonna open up another Angry Orchard. Pardon me if it's really loud.
The mall shooting got stopped pretty quickly because people started shooting back.
Damn, you're aggressive with that opening.
It's my it's on my keychains. That's a little.
Look at you whip that thing. I'm like, damn. Chicago, you look like you're going on a job interview. Why? Because I got my button topped up. That's a style in Chicago, man.
Yeah, Canada I know has a lot of guns, but it seems like Canadians actually have sense with their guns.
Yeah, Canada's definitely got they've got decent gun laws, I'll say. Like they aren't over the top. They do allow you to have certain things, but you got to have it in more of a controlled manner, I think, up there. Like you can still have long guns. You can, I want to say you can still own AR-15 type rifles, but there's some permitting process you go through or something like that. And I'm not necessarily for permitting because I don't know if you've ever heard the arguments for having voters have to have an ID. And they say how, well, if you make voters have an ID, then you're discriminating against low income.
I hate that argument. And these dumbass fucking politicians back that stupid ass argument. How does that discriminate against anyone? You walk around the street with no ID in your pocket? What kind of shit is that?
Right.
Or you're going to tell me that poor people don't have bank accounts, and when they go to the bank, if something happened with their bank account, they don't have an ID to show, oh, this is my account. You know, that's my name, that's my face. I really hate when I hear people say that shit about voter laws and how it discriminates against. Usually it's like saying it discriminates against blacks and Hispanics. That's what they want to say. They have to say poor people, I guess, to be PC about it, but they want to say it discriminates against blacks and Hispanics, which I personally don't think it does because I've had ID since I'm 16 when I got my learner's permit. So if you're a grown man with no ID, that's on you. Here in New York, ID is $8. I'm sure in other states it's way cheaper. So if you can't bring up $8, I don't know what to tell you. You're a grown man or woman and you can't bring up $8. I don't know what to tell you, man.
Right. Yeah, it's not for me to argue. It's that kind of same thing though, right? Is if you make it a requirement to have an ID to exercise your right to vote, and you use that same argument for you have to have some kind of license in order to buy a firearm, now you're restricting people who should have a right to defend themselves, just like they have a right to vote, because they can't afford the license or the licensing, the whatever. That's why again, getting back to Utah. So Utah, the like state constitution basically says you have the right to bear arms, and they call it a shall issue state instead of a may issue state. So the government shall issue you a license if you ask for it, where a state like California is a may issue. If you ask for a license to carry a firearm, they might or might not issue it. You have to have a really good reason in California. You have to basically be a judge or be a congressman or have a job that's really dangerous that you might be robbed after work, like say you're a diamond dealer or something like that. So
where's your gun at?
Say that again.
Where's your gun?
My gun?
Yeah, what do we have today?
Well, we carry just the same thing every day. Every day we're shuffling. My EDC, I EDC that, and then I EDC my my Spyderco Endura 4 with wave opener.
You're not going to Vegas this year, right?
I do not believe I will be in Vegas this year, unfortunately.
Oh, man, I would love to go back out west. It was really nice out there, man. Even in Texas, it was pretty cool.
I had a layover in Dallas that when we were in Dallas, I was like, man, I could live in Texas. Just being in the airport in Dallas, I could tell Texas was a place that I could live.
Why?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Just the diversity. One of the things you don't get here in Utah is diversity. And in Texas, I definitely think that they're a really diverse but conservative diversity, if that makes sense. Where you go to California, you go to Chicago, you go to New York, whatever. It's diverse, but it's a liberal diverse. So it's a different feeling, but it felt very patriotic. It felt like the people that were there were diverse yet American. Where it feels like when I go to visit my family in California, it's like, yeah, we're American because we can't separate ourselves from the Union. You know, it's like whatever.
I don't know if you guys saw this on Instagram. I posted that Kermit the Frog meme when he drinks tea, and it's like a lot of y'all are gonna be celebrating July 4th.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to Canada a few months ago, some shit like that. Said, and it kind of goes back to what Skragg is saying. Like a lot of these people are like, oh, yeah, I'm American, I'm born here, but fuck this country.
Right.
And it's like all these people talk all this shit when Donald Trump was running, saying that Donald Trump or any Republican wins, I'm leaving this country. None of those people have left the country. They're still here doing the shit they were doing before. So, yeah, I kind of feel what Skragg is saying.
Yeah. And I get it. I mean, that's the beauty of being in this country. You can say that kind of shit, right? And get away with it. Like, you're not actually going to be hunted down and drug out in the middle of the street as somebody who talked against the political party and be executed, right? You go to North Korea, you start spouting some shit like that, like, oh yeah, fuck Kim Jong. What's going to happen to you? You're going to disappear. You're in a hard labor camp. If you're lucky, you might get fed to the dogs or blown up by one of those crazy like Gatling gun things that he uses to kill people. But or you're going to spend the rest of your life breaking rocks. Like that's the thing. Like everybody wants these other types of political systems and parties, and it's like, yeah, okay, that's all well and good if you have a benevolent dictator, somebody who truly loves the people and has got your best interest. But there's no such thing. Like absolute power corrupts, absolutely. So you give a dictator that kind of control, that kind of power, they're gonna turn into a bad son of a bitch, or one of their family members who eventually takes over will. Or the political party will. Good people only last for so long before they get corrupted. But oh shit.
That was fucking weird.
That's like straight out of a horror movie, dude. I'm telling you. That felt like the Blair Witch Project or something, right? Like if you put it on the donkey right now, son of a bitch is gonna be moving. Like its head's gonna be turning, and then when Chicago's coming back, it'll turn back, and then Chicago will sit down. And...
Oh shit! Oh man, that's fucking crazy.
Chicago.
I saw that on the screen. Oh my god. Oh god.
Oh shit, that's some funny shit.
Man. Oh. Anyway, so bike stuff. You guys have anything going on with bicycles?
You go ahead. You go ahead.
Oh no, I got a flat on
what?
On it was weird. I was on the beach and we're just sitting there and we just hear like air leaking. And I'm just like, oh fuck. I think that the tube may have been defective. There was a hole up by the valve stem on the inside. Like the inside of the wheel. So yeah.
When was that? I don't remember that.
I didn't post a video about it.
Well, on Strava, didn't you post it on Strava or no?
Yeah, I named the Strava ride like first flat in 3 months or something like that.
Oh yeah, okay.
That sounds a lot like the flats that Ryan was getting, and it ended up being, I think his spoke was broken, and so the spoke was like stabbing the tube, and so that he didn't find it out until actually one day when he went to go change the flat and the spoke just like fell out of the rim. Like, oh, that's probably not good. And but yeah, he had like a whole series of flats there for a little bit, and then once he got the wheel fixed, got the spoke fixed, they stopped. So not to say that they spoke, obviously, but
I had a situation like that. I would get flats like easily every other week. I would get a flat, and it just turned out that I had really bad rim tape. So I changed out the rim tape back in March, and this past weekend was my first time with a flat since then. So oh wow, maybe it was like 3.5 months since I got a flat. But anyway, you know, 3 months ain't bad. If you got 4 flats a year, that's not terrible.
yeah, I was getting 4 flats a week.
I remember those
crazy.
goat heads.
Yeah.
God damn, that sucked. It's been a long time since I've had a flat.
Well, you probably just jinx yourself now.
Yeah,
I know.
You get one tomorrow.
I just changed my tires again. So
Okay, from Wiggle tires.
no, I got these ones off Amazon. I've been wanting to go back to Continentals, but I didn't want to go back to the ones that I had because they were 25 mil, and I got those ones on accident. So when I got the Wiggle tires, I made sure to get 28 mil, and after riding a 28 mil tire, I'm never going to ride anything but a 28 mil tire now. They just ride so much softer. And so I've been looking and looking, and I thought, I see more people talk better about the Grand Prix 4000Ss. And so that's what I ended up getting. And so today was actually my first day riding them, and they rode fine. But last night when I was changing the tires out, I discovered that my hub is bad again on my rear wheel. So that started a whole different problem. I was essentially debating, okay, do I take the bike back to the bike shop and have them do the whole thing again, which is probably going to get covered under warranty, but really I don't want to have to be without my bike. So this morning I started looking at wheels, and I don't know if you guys watch Harvey. He's the dude from England who rides a Defy also. He upgraded his wheels recently, and so I just went and checked out which wheels he had gotten, looked into them, found that for the price, they're some of the best wheels you can get. So I ended up getting a set of wheels today. So I ordered them from England. They should be here in a week. And then I'll have these ones. I'll take these ones back and have Giant do whatever they're going to do for them. If they're going to fix the hub, then fine. If they're not going to fix the hub, I'll probably just end up buying a new hub for it, and then at some point lacing it in. So I'll have 2 sets of wheels, but
cool.
Now I'm a little bit worried that I'm going to get a flat because I'm riding the Continentals again. But
it's not Continental. It's the 4 Seasons.
The 4 Seasons.
See, 4 Seasons, I had them for maybe 2 months, and I got easily like 3-4 flats. When I went back to Gatorsons, I was perfect. So I've been riding Gatorsons from August 2014 till now. Subtract 2 months. So like almost 4 years I've been riding them. And they are amazing tires. Very grippy. At least for me in the inner city, the roads are terrible. A lot of debris on the roads. So they work out pretty well.
That's cool. Yeah, I'm gonna give a buddy of mine, the one that got the bike for Christmas. I don't know if 28s will fit on his bike, but I figured I'd just give him my old 28s. Let him try them out because I think his bike came with 23s, and he doesn't like riding his bike because it beats him up. I'm hoping the 28s will fit, but I know the 25s should fit for sure. So if he ends up not being able to use the 28s. I'll give him my old Continentals because there's still plenty of life in them. But and then slime tubes to them, obviously. Those slime tubes, man. So when I pulled the tubes off, so the first time I've changed the tire, changed the tube since I put them in, there were so many thorns in both the front and back wheel. Like you could still feel them throughout the tire. There was still slime, you know, all over the tire where it had filled in the gas. So I would have had flats galore, but never had one flat.
What are these called again?
They're just slime tubes.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, for $7, they definitely do a good job. I mean, they're heavier than a regular tube because they're filled with slime. I mean, they're not crazy heavy, but you know, it's a weight. But definitely for the savings and time that I've had. But I've also heard that some people, they still get flats with them. So, but my experience was nothing but good. And like I said, after taking the tire off and feeling the inside and just feeling thorn after thorn after thorn after thorn that was still there, you know, and every one of those thorns would have been a flat tire with any other tube.
Yeah.
See, the Gator skins have Kevlar lining, so it probably could resist those thorns.
Yeah. And I think that the wiggle tires say they also have a Kevlar lining, but you know, it breaks the tip of the thorn a lot, but I don't know that it stops it. But, and maybe that's why Gator skins are so much better at, because they have a better breaker than other tires do. But I don't know why I didn't just opt for the Gator skins and take your advice, Jav. And
because
yeah,
you want to be difficult.
I gotta be difficult.
Like I told you ever since, I told you two things: get Gator skins and don't get the 4 seasons. And what you do, you don't get Gator skins, you get 4 seasons. After I made a whole video talking about it, you still go and get it.
Yep. Yeah.
And then you're on the side of the road fixing your tire, like, man, maybe the job was right. I'm like, yeah, you're on the side of the road fixing your tire. Like, of course I was right. I specifically remember watching that video on my TV, and my girlfriend was in the kitchen, and the whole time I'm watching it, I'm like, he's gonna mention my name at some point in this video. I just know he's going to mention it. Because like, what else do you say in that situation? You know?
You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink, Jav. Never forget.
Yeah, that's lesson. The most important lesson I've learned working at my job, and it's very prevalent on the YouTube platform.
From when George Washington's crossing the Potomac. You ever seen that?
Yeah. Holding up the traffic.
Yeah.
Skragg, you need to do some vlog in Salt Lake.
I know. Like, it's as if it wasn't 60 miles north of here, and I don't like riding in traffic, so I should go there and just ride in traffic.
I think it would be just a whole different point of view for you.
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
I mean, it would be.
It would actually be cool to do it just to show all the new cycling infrastructure up there, because they've been doing a really good job of building some protected bike lanes and things like that. So they're actually taking it pretty seriously, which is kind of nice that some part in Utah they're doing that. Not that like the roads are terrible here or anything. You see all the shoulder space that we have down where I'm at, so it's not like I'm riding on a little thin strip for my life. You know, you could basically park a car in what would be the shoulder for most places. It's plenty of space for me to be in, but I still have had so many close calls, man. Like, the people here are just dumb, I guess. I don't know. You guys saw that I hit a car a few weeks ago now, but this lady, as she's passing me, she like starts to turn right into me, and I'm like, what the hell's going on? So I start hitting the brakes, and then she just whoop, turns right in front of me. So it locked up, slammed into the back like quarter panel of her car, you know, came off the bike, and I wasn't going crazy fast or anything. I could kind of see what was happening and prepared for it. But I just couldn't believe, like, how do you not see me? I'm right in the middle of the road almost, because the residential street that I was on wasn't that wide, so you have to see me, right? But her first words to me, I didn't see you. And I looked at her just like, how could you not see me? Do you see my bike? It looks like a goddamn flare, and my helmet, and I'm wearing a bright orange jersey. Like, what part of me can't you see? Well, I thought that you were farther back. I'm just like, oh my God, you hadn't even passed me when you started turning into me.
So she did see you.
And that was the thing, is she saw me, but she didn't see me right there. And I figured she was on her phone or something. Like, and she, oh, it wasn't on my phone, but the phone's sitting in her lap the whole time. Yeah, right. Did I hit you? Did I hit you? Yeah, you hit me.
I had this BMW driver, very, very close call. And, you know, as usual on GoPro video, it looks like someone is very far from you, but it's pretty close when people pass you sometimes. So I'm like, you know, what are you doing? Blah, blah, blah. And I didn't even realize her phone was like in the passenger seat or something like that. A few of the viewers actually commented saying, oh, her phone is like right there. And I never noticed that the whole time I was speaking to her. So I guess she was on her phone for sure.
And that's the thing that's getting me, man. Like, I'm all for automated driving if they can get it to the point where it knows there's a person on the side of the road so it avoids them. I guess that's a pretty big problem right now with the automated driving. But, you know, it's like people just spend so much time on their phones. Like, every time I see somebody stop at a stop sign or stop at a stoplight, they look at their goddamn phone. It's like, you can't simply just drive a car anymore. You have to have your phone right there in case, I don't know, somebody calls you and you have to answer right that second. It's like, it bothers me. It bothers me to the point that I'm just like, I make a point of making sure not to have my phone out where I can see it and be using it while I'm driving. The only thing I'll use it for is just music. You know, it's like put Pandora on the radio and call that good.
Yeah, it's kind of scary how many people I see on their phone. When I'm at a stoplight, I can count, like when they're at a green light, I can count how many people I see on their phone, like looking down. Or some people aren't even like hiding it; they have it like right in front of their face.
Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, but that's gonna be the thing, man. Like, that will be the reason that automated driving becomes a thing, and we'll just have to say, yeah, look how many idiots can't drive anymore because they're so distracted by their stupid phones.
Mm-hmm.
Just amazing.
Yeah. How's the weather been for you guys?
Hot and humid. We've been getting humidity this year. It's been actually every day just before I leave work, a storm front comes in, and it doesn't dump a ton of rain, but it just makes it humid. And then it's 95 degrees with humidity. And when you're in the desert, normal humidity levels are like 3%. And then a storm like this rolls in and it jumps it up to 50%. That makes a huge difference. It's like, oh my God, I'm in a shower, like a hot sauna kind of a feeling.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds like New York all the time.
Yeah. You get used to it, though. That's the nice thing. Is you kind of get used to it, I should say. When I lived in California, it was humid all the time. And I was used to it. When I moved to the desert climate, I loved it just because that dry feeling. You can be outside, it's 105 degrees, but if you're in the shade, it's not bad. On a humid day, it'll be 85 degrees. You're standing in the shade sweating balls.
Yeah.
Hey, Skragg, I'm actually looking at Google Street View, and I'm on Main Street up in Salt Lake. And Main Street has like some streetcar that runs on it. This looks exactly like Houston. Houston has a street called Main Street in downtown Houston with a streetcar that runs on it. This is like just so weird. It's like I'm in Houston. I'm looking at Houston right now, pretty much.
Yeah, the tracks takes you all over Salt Lake. Well, not all over Salt Lake, the main thoroughfare of Salt Lake. And that'll actually take you all the way to the airport.
Okay.
And then
what's the name of the airport? Salt Lake International, I guess.
Yeah.
Very creative.
Yeah, Salt Lake International. You've flown there before.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then the Trax train takes you to the front runner, and the front runner is like a full-size Amtrak train that goes up and down the Wasatch Front. So you can basically get from Provo, which is just, maybe 20 minutes away from here, riding my bike north, go from Provo all the way up to Salt Lake and get off Salt Lake and ride around and do whatever on the Trax train up there. So it wouldn't be too difficult to get up there. Like, I could actually take the train and do it in an afternoon pretty easily. But I'm just too lazy, I guess. I've been riding my bike up in the city a lot. Like, for the last month, almost every Saturday, I went up into Orem or up into Provo, but I just didn't film anything. I haven't been filming hardly anything. Like, I'll have the camera on me in the morning and on the afternoon ride home, but I haven't said a word. It's just riding.
Yeah. I haven't really been recording. I mean, I have my camera on. It's just nothing really worthy of uploading, which is good. But yeah.
Chicago, we got to go out west, man.
Dude, we do. It is so fun. I gotta make sure I can bring my bike out too. I just don't trust anyone.
Just rent one there.
True,
you rented a nice one when you went to see your sister in Colorado, didn't you?
Oh, for vacation? Yeah, in Colorado. Yeah, it was a, I don't know how to pronounce it. I don't know.
Colinago?
Yeah. It was nice.
Yeah.
They had me rent it for 2 days for $40.
That's so good.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you did some hill climbing and stuff out there, didn't you?
Oh, yeah. Dude, I mean, I shouldn't say it sucked because it was actually a really cool experience, but man, I was out of breath. Like,
a lot of that's just the elevation change, right? So you're at sea level essentially at Chicago.
Yeah.
And when you get up into the Rockies, you're mile high basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
So yeah.
Yeah.
That makes a huge difference. That's why Lance lived there. So he could always be at that elevation and train at that elevation.
Yeah.
Good place to hide your stuff.
Yeah, that'd be fun though to ride out there. Well, hopefully maybe I don't know, like next year or something like that, I can go out to Utah.
That'd be cool.
Oh yeah.
Yep, I
want to go to Salt Lake, man. I definitely want to go to Salt Lake.
And that's the thing, like, there would be stuff for you guys to do for sure up in Salt Lake. I imagine down here you'd just be bored out of your minds. Like, how the hell do you do this every day, Skragg? Salt Lake is definitely more of an up and coming city. Yeah, they got a nightlife, they've got clubs, they got all that kind of stuff up there.
Yeah.
Oh, no clubs for me, man. I don't do clubs.
No?
I'll just be in the corner watching Chicago get all the girls.
all the 30-year-olds.
I am okay with that. I like that.
All the MILFs.
Hell yes.
You just gotta be careful. If a woman's 30 here in Utah, she's got at least 5 kids.
Oh, okay, never mind. Scratch that.
Yeah. No, I think it would be cool to get together. One of the points, to me, Colorado would be like the place to go just because it's actually really pretty out there.
Yeah.
Salt Lake is, I mean, I think it looks nice, but I don't think most people would find it very pretty out here. It's a desert with mountains.
I mean, it's just a totally change of scenery, though, for me at least. Like, obviously, I'm in the city, so it's just constant, like, buildings, and it's all flat. So, I mean, shit, even riding in the desert, that would be flat. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah. And the other nice thing is there's enough hilly stuff. You go 10 minutes that direction, you're going to be in the mountains. So if you want to go climb hills, you can climb hills.
Yeah, that's cool.
So I guess Denver would be a cool spot to hang out at.
Yeah, Denver's actually really, really, I'd say, socially progressive and whatever, like, cool place to hang out.
I just don't know how far they are from the mountains. I was in Denver, like, we had to drive from Denver to Steamboat, which took 3 hours, but I don't really remember how long it took to get from Denver to the mountains. I think it took, like, maybe an hour drive, so if we were to go in Denver, it'd probably be a little bit of a bike ride to get to the mountains. I'm not sure, though. I don't know.
All right. Just trying to think some of the other places that would be awesome to do biking. If you like doing hills and things like that, Seattle, San Francisco, those kinds of places. Although it's going to be a lot more expensive to stay there.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you can get by pretty cheap here in Colorado, are not expensive. But St. George, that's another place that's awesome for biking and stuff like that. All of southern Utah, if you're doing mountain biking, I should say, if you're doing trail riding or cyclocross, something like that, the trail systems down there are really awesome. It's all red rock down south, so whenever you see Utah, you usually see like the arches and the place where they go jeeping.
Yeah,
and so that's down kind of in that area a little bit, but that's a little more east. Moab and stuff's on the east corner of Utah. St. George is on the west corner of Utah. But everything's pretty close here. That's the thing, is where I'm at now, you know, if I go an hour north, I'm in Salt Lake. If I go a couple hours south, I'm down in the Red Rock, you know, arches and all that stuff. Yeah. So I'm at a pretty good central location.
Yeah, it's a sucks for Illinois. Like, I have the city obviously at least, but if I go hours in any direction, it's all flat and it's not bike friendly at all.
All right.
It's all a bunch of rednecks like who hate cyclists.
And so Mr. Mike Gaming and Hardware asks, for someone cycling for the first time or it's been a while, what's the best advice you can give them?
Oof. I don't know where to start. Well, so, I mean, one that's kind of obvious is definitely wear a helmet.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people who start off biking don't want to wear one because they feel, I don't know, like they feel restricted when they're wearing a helmet. But I'm telling you that that helmet saved my life last time when I got hit in 2016. Like, the simple, I hit my head in the cement, which was an all right hit, but that helmet saved my life. So.
For sure.
Yeah, invest in a good helmet. Yeah, pretty much. That's like my number one advice. And I'd say to ride defensively too. Ride as in like if everybody's, I don't know how to explain it really, but just ride defensively. I don't know if you guys can explain it better, but
assume that people are trying to kill you.
Yeah, pretty much. There you go.
That they can't see you. For me, the biggest thing for someone who hasn't cycled for a while is you're not going to be good at it right away. So don't ride like don't try to ride farther than you can realistically ride, and don't try to ride faster than you can realistically ride. I remember when I started riding to work, there was this little, I call it a little hill now because it's just tiny and I go right up it like it's not even there. But when I first started, I would have to stop, like not even halfway up the thing. I would be so winded and gassed, and like your endurance will come over time as you do it more often. So don't lose heart or don't lose motivation to keep riding because you can't do something that seems so easy to everyone else that's going up the hill just flying past you. It'll come eventually.
What's going on, Ivan? Sucks I couldn't see you in New York, man.
Oh, Ivan's here? Oh, man. Well, today is Thursday, the day off.
Yeah, man.
Ivan, if you're free tomorrow, if you're free tomorrow, if you want to hit up Big Beach, let me know.
Sure.
My girlfriend says she's always paranoid on her bike. Doesn't mean anything with me. I take her down the easy roads.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Wait, job had beginner riders to other states uphill. Beginners riding to other states up. Oh, damn!
Oh, no. I know what she's talking about.
I can see you doing that.
This was actually like 5 years ago, before I seriously got into riding. When we went over into New Jersey and rode bikes. We rented bikes. Actually, we rented bikes not too far from where you were staying in Chicago. Rode up the West Side Bike Path, crossed the George Washington Bridge. Now we're in Jersey, and then rode up a bit more.
Oh, okay, okay.
I know what she's talking about. Nothing but lies.
Dude had a cramp and you just left him.
Nah, that's not true. That's not true.
Oh, you were hurt, Ivan? Oh, shit. Were you really? Damn. What happened?
Yeah. You don't remember the phone call in Chicago?
I was drunk, so I don't think I remember anything.
He said, like, his seat post slipped down and pretty much one of his knees was hurting.
Oh, shit. How you feeling now, Ivan? I'm hoping to be back in New York City by the end of the year.
Oh, don't come for Christmas. It's terrible here.
Oh, hell no. I ain't going Christmas. No, I'll probably come around, like, in between Thanksgiving and Christmas or something.
Oh, no. Anything after Thanksgiving is terrible.
But in between, though? Like,
no, it's terrible. It's all terrible. It's all terrible.
Oh, shit. All right. I'll go before that. I'll try to at least.
Try to be here before Thanksgiving, or like when you get the second week of January, it's actually very empty, but pretty cold.
Why is it so busy during that time? Just shopping or what?
Shopping like crazy, Skragg. It is. My girlfriend used to work retail, and I never realized how busy New York City gets between Black Friday and New Year's Day. It is crazy. Just tempted to punch people. Yeah, I'm with you, Freddie.
I guess that makes sense. It definitely feels that way around here, even just in my little town when the holidays are going on. Everywhere is busy. Like going to Costco is insane. You know, it's crazy. So I can only.
We're not even talking about stores, man. We're talking about walking on the sidewalk.
Wow.
It is absolutely nuts trying to walk on a sidewalk here, especially in Midtown.
Yeah, that sucks, dude. I'll be honest. You just gotta push your way through. I mean, like here in Chicago, it's like maybe busy like that in the loop, like downtown. Everywhere else, you have the sidewalk to yourself, pretty much. So I wasn't used to that.
Yeah, I don't miss the big cities, that's for sure. Like a long time getting to work here might be 15 minutes.
Damn. It's crazy.
I'll come down to the bearings. What are you guys talking about there?
As soon as November, it's tourists everywhere. I'm so glad though Chicago's not as busy like New York. I would go crazy. That's like a whole like another level of busy.
Yeah.
It was fun though. It was safe. At least I felt safe. I thought I was gonna get mugged though for a second because these three guys were like staring at my shoes and like, "Hey, you don't bring those shoes around here." I remember that, Josh. We were walking to your apartment, and they're yeah, you don't bring those shoes around here. I'm like, oh shit, like what's gonna happen?
What? Some dudes outside my building said that shit?
No, it wasn't the people standing on the steps. It was like a little bit before that. I think it was on the corner.
Oh shit, I don't even remember that.
Yeah, I'm like, oh fuck.
Was it just the color or what?
What's that?
Were you wearing like blue shoes, red shoes, something like that? What?
No, they're Adidas. They're really nice shoes. They're kind of I don't even know what they are.
Oh.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I know what shoes you're talking about. I mean, people got those shoes on. People got everything around here.
Yeah. Yeah. But no, I felt so safe in that city though. It was awesome. It was a good experience.
See, and that's the thing, like when we go to Vegas, like you saw how busy Vegas was, right, Jav?
Yeah.
So does that seem like busy to you, or does that seem like, no, that's just a normal day on a New York street?
That's pretty normal in Midtown.
Wow.
And when you start hitting the holiday season, it's worse than that.
Wow. Okay, so that's at least a visual for me, because we go to Vegas, and I've never seen so many people before in my life.
Really, that's like the max when we went together. We're not together, but you know.
Oh yeah, like that's a lot of people to me.
Oh, that's like pretty normal for Midtown. It kind of reminds me of rush hour in Midtown.
Okay.
So like, and here in New York during rush hour in Midtown, people are walking to like Penn Station. Penn Station has the regular city trains. It has New Jersey Transit. It has Long Island Railroad. So you have all these people rushing to get on whatever train they're going to, and people are like even walking on the street. Like that's how crazy it can
get. Yo, Jeff, did that girl ever? Well, you probably don't have her number, do you? The girl that was hitting on me, I forgot. What was her name?
Wait, when we went out drinking that night?
Yeah.
Yeah, what about her?
Did she ever hit you up after that or no?
She told me she got home and yeah. I'm actually gonna see her next week. I have to do a site visit.
Damn, dude. When I come back to New York City, I gotta come see her again. Oh, Ellen. Yeah, Ellen.
All right, I wasn't trying to say her name.
Oh no. She's creeping in the.
Nah. I mean, did she even know your job or no? Because you guys instantly like you knew each other.
Yeah, we know each other. So pretty much, unfortunately, I'm in charge of this project where I have to pretty much get these Excel files from all these people. So for the Bronx office, she's the one that does the file. So she'll email me the file. So that's how I know who she is. But before then, we've only met, I would say maybe 5-6 times, and maybe only once or twice had like an extended conversation. So outside of that, I really don't know her.
Huh. Now, was she drunk before Chicago or after Chicago?
They were all
drunk. Oh man, whew. We showed up and she was done.
Wow.
Oh man, that was
a night.
I still think you should have just stayed on the train with her, man.
I know. I probably should. But it was so late. I forgot what time it was. Wasn't it like 12:30 or something?
That's not late. Come on.
No, I know. I know.
Damn. That was a regular night.
You should go live with Jav for a bit, man. Just go summer with him.
That'd be so awesome. I just couldn't drink though. No drinking.
So why? Jav seems to do just fine.
Not me. Apparently that one night.
See, that's the thing. You gotta slow your roll, man. You gotta take it easy.
Oh yeah, the second night I was fine. I made sure to not like go overboard. But oh man. She broke my back. Yeah, she almost fell when she was like on me.
I've had 3 of these already.
Oh damn.
I think I'm pretty much done.
What are the Angry Orchards?
Yeah, rosé flavored. I have like maybe 9 more in the fridge.
Oh shit, okay.
Where did we take Chicago? So I took him around where I live. He met me close to my house. Took him around to a few bars like right down the road from me. Then we hung out at my house for a bit. He threw up in my bathroom a couple times.
It was like 3 or 4 times. Dude, I felt so fucking bad.
And then, so that was like on a Wednesday night. And then on a Friday night, so that, I don't know if you remember Chicago, but one of the people at my job, she quit and she's going to another job. So that was like her last day. So, you know, people, you know, were just saying bye, whatever. So, yeah, for some reason, your friend Ellen got very, very toasted. And, you know, you could have had that, but you just didn't want it. So.
Oh no, I wanted it. I'm not trying to catch a case though. So.
I think she'd be the one catching the case, right?
Oh, that's what we call it nowadays? Case?
Oh,
ma'am, did you not know that he was only 17?
That's I gotta grow out that beard.
That's what I'm saying. Though you can go out there, live with Job for a little bit. He'll teach you how to grow a beard. He's good at it.
Oh, man.
I'm thinking about bringing it back. I'm not sure.
Dude, if I could grow a beard like you grow, I would have a beard.
This one girl, the girl who follows you, Chicago. The girl.
Oh, Noelle?
Yeah, I didn't know you knew her name. I would have just said her name, but yeah, she called me Coco Lumberjack because I had the beard that we were flashing.
Ah, yeah. Well, are you gonna grow it back out again? I just realized you actually did shave it like quite down.
Yeah, I'm thinking about growing it again. It's just a lot of work in the morning. It's like, all right, well, now I got to grease it up. But when I wake up, it's like pancakes on one side, you know? So that's like, all right, well, we got to spend some time on this in the morning. But yeah, I think I will. I think I will grow it back out.
Yeah.
Moonlighting. So, all right, so this is the story with the moonlighting. None of my bedrooms have a light in the ceiling. So I have lamps in all the bedrooms. So right now I'm using the small lamp because it's in front of me. If I use the big lamp, it's behind me, and it makes it look darker in here. So that's why I use a smaller, not as powerful lamp.
I'm just too lazy to get up and turn the light on.
Dude, you got like the perfect horror film setting going on.
I do. It's like that one movie. What was that movie? That like where like fucking people were on the live stream together and they were getting like haunted or something like that.
Yeah.
Damn, what's the name of that movie again? I know they were on Skype the whole movie.
Yeah.
Oh, what's the name of that movie again?
Is that the one where they find the computer or something like that, and the guy's like, "Oh, I found this computer," and then he opens up some files, and it's like a bunch of snuff films, and then while they're all watching the snuff films, while they're all streamed together, they're like, "Oh my god, whose computer is this?" And then the guy joins the chat.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's. I don't know how realistic that is, but yeah, that's some dark stuff. That's funny though. Yeah, man, that donkey's not behind you anymore, in case you were wondering. Man, we didn't talk much about biking. We got to talk more about biking. It's the cycling stuff, man. Come on now.
I know.
Keep it serious. Oh, Tour de France. You guys watching Tour de France?
Oh, yeah, I've been watching it.
Oh, man. I've been pretty sloppy, actually. Like, when I'm getting ready for work, it's on, but I keep forgetting to turn it on because, like, 2 mornings this week, I woke up late. So I'm, like, just trying to get out of here.
I just record it. I mean, because they're all, like, I don't know, they're all super early. But
yeah, it's earlier for you, yeah. But Tour Prime Time comes on like at 8 o'clock my time, so maybe 7 o'clock your time.
Yeah.
8 o'clock p.m.
But man, dude, Peter Sagan, he's been kicking ass.
Yeah. They shouldn't.
And then
hopefully they don't kick him out.
I know. And plus the Colombian dude, Gaviria, I don't know how to pronounce it, but Gaviria has been doing pretty decent as well. Those are the top 2 guys, it seems like, right now. And BMC did good on the trials.
Oh man, I'm a Sky fan. I'm a Chris Froome fan.
Yeah.
Port, I like Richie Port when he was on Sky, but I mean, I knew he was going to leave Sky. Probably is Geraint Thomas still on Sky? I can't remember.
I don't know. I thought he was. I thought I saw him on Sky, but I could be wrong. Oh, don't miss stage 9. Hell no, I'm not missing that one. Nope.
Oh, the cobbles, yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be awesome. But yeah, no.
Ivan is not a Sky fan.
Oh no, that's why I say boo.
Yeah, he's not a Sky fan. He's tired of Sky winning over and over and over. I mean, they've been winning from the Bradley Wiggins days.
I'm so happy.
That's like not liking the Patriots, man. Come on now, you just gotta go. Everybody hates Sky because they ain't Sky.
Yeah, I'm rooting for BMC more BMC, dude.
I like that line, Skragg. Everyone hates me because they're not me.
Yeah. I actually don't get any of the stuff from the tour. All of my tour info comes from when Ryan comes to work and tells me all the updates. He's like, oh, this and this and this and this. I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. It's like, oh yeah, did you see this and this? I'm like, no, man. Like the only stuff that I get regarding cycling is when you come to work and tell me about it.
Yeah, it's not fun to watch for the entire time, but I mean, because I'm just watching it off NBCSN, so it's a lot of the time it's just commercials, and then I'm just like zooming in, and that's pretty much it.
God, I hate those commercials, especially when they get towards the end of the stage, like when they're like 30 miles to go. They're like, all right, we gotta take another break. Okay, we gotta take another break.
Yeah.
At least when it's like 10 miles to go, it's like, all right, it's pretty like continuous, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, because I'm watching it on NBCSN, and also The Guardian has like a live update like every minute or so. So if in case I watch it, or if in case I miss it on TV, I have the updates on my computer.
Gotcha.
Just like to see someone else win. Yeah, I don't blame you, Ivan. Yeah, that's why I was kind of happy when I saw BMC win the trials the other day.
They won. They won the time trial last year or 2 years ago by like 1 or 2 seconds of this guy.
Yeah, I think they won by like what? I think it's 4 seconds. I think so. It's not significant,
but Chris Froome still won. So.
Yep.
But you know the team time trial came a bit early this year.
Yeah, they did. Aren't they usually like later in the stages, like teams?
Yeah. Usually, I think like 2017 and 2016 tours started with individual time trials. So you automatically got a guy in yellow, not based off of bonuses, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. Yep.
Not to break topic, I was just reading this one from a comment from Kilo. It made me think about the Washington attack. You guys see that attack on the 2 mountain bikers out in Washington for the mountain lion that got them?
No.
So 2 guys are riding down like a logging trail or something, and they hear something kind of in the tree line, so they stop and they realize it's a mountain lion and it's been following them. So they kind of get defensive. The thing comes at them, they scare it off, run at it, and I think they even hit it with their bike, like it got that close to them. So they think it's gone, and then they get on their bikes and keep going. Well, the mountain lion comes back, pounces on one of the guys, takes him down. While it's kind of gnawing on that guy, the other friend turns around, comes back at the mountain lion. Mountain lion attacks that guy, ends up getting him, dragging him off into the woods, and eats him. And and then the first guy that was attacked got back on his bike and took off, and luckily he survived. But they ended up finding the friend, obviously eaten.
Holy shit! Really?
Yeah, dude. This was like maybe a month ago out in Washington.
We're googling it right now. Oh yeah, May 20th.
All right. So what did we learn? Always carry a gun with you.
Exactly, and don't ride mountain bikes. Because that the only cougars that are going to get you in the city are like the old ladies, right?
I'm okay with that.
I wish a cougar would stop by and get me every once in a while, at least. At least she knows what she's doing.
Oh, man.
Oh, shit.
Oh, he's a bike advocate. That sucks. Oh.
Yeah, it's sad.
I mean, that's kind of like when the Atkins guy died of a heart attack, right?
Yeah.
Leading advocate for Atkins dies.
Yeah, just eat meat all day and you'll have a nice life.
Yeah. Protein. Gotta have the protein. Yeah, that was a story that when I read that story, I'm like, man, I don't know that I ever want to ride my bike out in the hills again. I haven't been out mountain biking at all this year because of that story.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm kind of afraid of this stuff happening. So I'm kind of glad like we don't have to worry about any of that stuff here in Illinois. It's freaky.
Yeah.
So wait, one of the guys get back on his bike and just said, "Fucking, I'm out of here."
Well, I mean, his friend was drug off. Like a mountain lion, like people don't realize how powerful mountain lions are. They are they're gonna, when they get you, if they get their head or your head in their mouth, you're done for. Like they will shake you, break your neck, and then drag you off into the bushes. And that's exactly what it did. After it hit the first guy, knocked him down and kind of mauled him a little bit. The other friend, you know, being a good friend, of course, didn't take off and just be like, fuck it, I guess he was the slow one, I get to live. He came back, and mountain lion just was hungry enough that it decided it was going to get his eat on, and decided that I guess the first guy wasn't as tasty as the second guy. But crazy.
I can imagine being in the mouth of a fucking mountain lion being dragged away.
Yeah.
Unless he was dead already, because I'm reading right now, and supposedly he said he was killed when he was being dragged into the den.
Yeah.
But,
and that's they shake you, right? So it's, if you've ever seen a cat when it's attacking a mouse or something like that, it's kind of the same thing. It's just you're the mouse and it's the giant cat. It'll crush your head either with its fangs, and you'll just be dead from that, or you'll get your neck broken. So I guess the good news is that you might not feel it, but you'll potentially be awake when you're being eaten.
Ugh, God.
Yeah, be awful, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, nature sometimes reminds you that you're not as high up on the food chain as you'd like to think you are.
Yep. Yeah. That's true.
Sharks. That's the other thing. I'm just glad you can't ride your bike out in the ocean, because sharks would just be eating bikers all the time.
Yeah, hell no. I'm afraid of the ocean.
I don't blame you. The ocean's scary, like, just to see what's out in the deep ocean, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like, some of that shit, you see it.
We haven't even explored a lot of it either. I mean, it's all unknown.
Yeah.
Like the Indian Ocean, it's not heavily explored. So, like, when planes have crashed in the Indian Ocean, they're kind of like, all right, well, we don't know exactly how deep some of it is, and what's the topography underwater. Yeah, it's crazy how much of the world we don't know.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's just thinking about mountain biking. Yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah,
I was gonna say,
you should bring some spray with like some mace with you.
Yeah, bear mace. Oh, there's a funny ass sign for bear mace. They have them up in Montana, and it's a sign that tells you make sure you bring your bear mace and what to do if you encounter a bear, and then it gives instructions for what you do if you encounter a black bear and what you do if you encounter a grizzly bear. And I'll have to pull it up. Hold on, I'll read you the sign.
Speaking of signs here, a lot of the forest preserves that I've been riding in lately, there's one sign that's banning people from bringing their dogs in, I guess, because of like coyotes just going up to them and literally snatching dogs away from the owners and just taking the dogs away and eating them, which is usually obviously like unlikely for them to do that because they're kind of afraid of humans.
Okay, so this sign reads, due to the frequency of human-bear encounters, the British Columbia Fish and Wildlife Branch of it is advising hikers, hunters, fishermen, and any other person that use the outdoors in a recreational or work-related function to take extra precaution while in the field. We advise the outdoorsmen to wear little noisy bells on their clothing as to give advance warning to any bears that may be close by so you don't take them by surprise. We also advise anyone using the out of doors to carry pepper spray with him or her in case they encounter a bear. Outdoorsmen should also be on the watch for fresh bear activity, basically bear poo, and be able to tell the difference between black bear feces and grizzly bear feces. Black bear feces is smaller and contains lots of berries and squirrel fur. Grizzly bear feces smells like shit and is full of bells and whistles, and also tastes like pepper spray.
Yeah, the grizzly ones are fucking crazy. Those are the ones. Because I saw some black bears when I was in Colorado. They're like smaller, but the grizzly ones are. I don't know, man. Aren't they like really huge?
Oh yeah, dude. Like, and the crazy thing is, like, you see the size of them, right? And you don't appreciate how fast they are. They can run 30 miles an hour. Like, if you're close enough to it that you can really get a sense for how big it is, you're too close and you're dead. Like, grizzlies don't mess around.
Yep.
especially if it's a mama grizzly with her cubs. And it's that time of year, you're fucked.
Yeah. Huh. Black bears in Jersey? Wait, really? There's black bears in New Jersey? Damn. I didn't know that.
They had this thing some years ago where there were too many black bears in Jersey. So they pretty much said, all right, it's legal for you to go out with your guns and kill black bears and strap it to the roof of your car and bring it on.
Damn.
Fish and Wildlife is pretty adamant about not hunting bears unless you have a bear permit here, just because there's a big poacher, activity out here, because there's just nobody around, right? I guess in New Jersey, if you're driving with a bear on the top of your hood, everybody's going to see it. Out here, you can go kill a bear and take it home, and no one might even know you killed a bear, right? Because there's just nobody out. But so people get in trouble all the time for poaching.
Hey, 2 wheels good.
2 wheels good. All right, later on.
Get 2 wheels. Yep, stay on the tarmac and a road bike. I agree.
Wait, so are black bears, I mean, I know obviously the grizzlies are the most aggressive ones, but are black bears still like super aggressive though, or no?
I remember
what.
No.
Okay.
Not as much.
They're more I mean, most bears are scavengers, so.
Well, yeah. When I was in Colorado, they were on our villa, like digging through the garbage and everything. Yeah. It's pretty cool to see.
Yeah, and grizzlies, though, their biggest thing is the fact that they will hunt you. Like, if they're hungry, if it's the wrong time of year or mating season, things like that, and they're just full of hormones and aggressive, they'll chase you down and they'll kill you.
Yeah.
Black bears are still big. That's the other thing, is like black bears are still, a 500-pound bear, and they're still fast and all that other stuff, but they're more timid, so they don't want to be around you. Where a grizzly, it's 2,000-pound bear, it doesn't care. So it'll easily just come after you and eat you if it decides it wants to.
Yeah.
But you guys have any big rides coming up, anything like that?
Actually, possibly in the next couple of weeks. Somebody on Strava, they were hold on. Okay, you can okay. Job, you can talk.
I want to plan one up to Tarrytown in a couple of weeks. So pretty much there's a new bridge being built, and I want to lead a bike ride up there. So it would be, I think, like 80 miles round trip from where I live. So something 80. Like that. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, no, there's one person out on Strava, because they start in the city and they go all the way out to the suburbs and then back. And I said, how is the ride? And he asked if I want to come along in the next couple of weeks or month or so. And I think it's going to be, I think it's like 60 miles. So.
Not bad.
Yeah, I'm excited because I haven't really done anything over 50.
Ever, or for the year?
No, well, I'd say for 2 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
My biggest ride this year is 61 miles, I want to say. I did it a couple of weeks ago. I rode up to a friend's house, and then we rode together up one of the canyons, and then I rode home from there, and total time or total mileage is like 61. What I'm really trying to do right now is Ryan is trying to get his endurance up to be able to do 50 miles without feeling like he's going to die. And I don't know, I'm not a trainer, but it seems like with all the riding he does, he should have the endurance to do it. But anytime we ride together, we get to like the 40th mile and he starts shutting down.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if it's a nutrition thing or if it's just an endurance thing, a stamina thing, or what the deal is. But so
yeah,
we're trying to do more longer rides so that 50 is kind of shorter for him. But our schedules just suck, so it's hard to get together and do stuff and actually do a good ride. But
Yeah.
it's always fun to do those kind of rides, at least with one other person, because somebody can draft for a while. Gives you a little bit better time to recover, you know, so you're not just always fighting the wind by yourself.
Right.
Wait, what do you mean, Ivan? 17M. Sorry, I feel stupid right now, not knowing what that means.
He says you're in Chicago, 17 male.
Oh. No, I'm 16. Sorry, bursting over.
I honestly don't know if that's what it means, but
That's what I thought when I first saw it, because like 17M, yeah, 17M.
yeah. Same question for you. Oh, he's asking, what's your Vegas / longest ride? I get it now. You have to read up a couple of pegs.
No, you're good. You're good. Yeah. No. Yeah. For me, it's I don't know. I think my biggest ride in the past 2 years was before I started using Strava, and I think it was like 72 miles or something. Yeah. I've been using Zwift though lately, which is pretty cool.
The trainer Zwift thing?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, it's $15 a month though, so it's kind of expensive, but shit, dude, it helps me get my rides in because I'm trying to ride 5 to 6 days a week now. So I mean, it helps get my rides in, especially when it's like super hot outside or if it's like raining.
Yeah, it makes sense.
So yeah.
So this the end of this month, there's a ride that's now, this is I think the third year they've done it. It's called the Blue Haven 50, and it's a charity ride for spouses of fallen officers. And every year it's just gotten bigger and bigger and bigger. So this should be a pretty good year for it. And last year they did some prize support for the fastest, you know, riders and things like that, and some drawings and giveaways. So it's kind of cool. But they do it like an actual.
You said it's a ride for it?
Say again.
You said it's like a ride, like a
it's an organized ride put on by. I think it's hosted by a couple of guys that are either sheriffs or they're the spouses of sheriffs, something like that.
Oh, okay.
But it started a couple years ago because one of the local sheriff's officers was killed in a traffic stop, and his wife was going through some really hard financial times, and so it was kind of a charity thing to help her to pay for the funeral, pay for some counseling and things like that, and to help out the family with some bills and stuff like that. So like the first year was just kind of thrown together. But then the second year and then this year, it's been like a well-known advanced planning. And so they've set it up with a real like timed event. So you get a little time card chip thing. So when you finish, it's all recorded, and it's gotten big really quick. So it's turning into kind of a decent event out here, and it's local. It's like right here in Spanish Fork, which is cool.
I wish we had something like that. I mean, all the group rides out here are, it's like nothing I fit into. It's all like super hardcore rides where it's kind of they'll leave you behind, or it's kind of like groups where they're a little bit older, like 50s or 60s, so I don't belong there. And then there's like the fixie group rides, which obviously I can't do. I have a road bike.
Just promise them you won't switch. Just say, I'll stick in this gear, guys.
And I usually do. That's the thing. I usually don't switch too much anyways, but yeah, considering it's so flat out here.
Yeah, so trying to get Ryan up for that is kind of my goal right now. So we were supposed to do a nice long ride this weekend, like 50 or 60 miles at least, and my hub going out, I don't want to put any more wear and tear on the hub now until I get my new wheel set, and I won't get that till next week. So he's kind of bummed about that. And then I'm actually going to California in like 3 weeks to go to my brother's wedding, and then I'll only be there for a day. Like I'm literally flying in Thursday night, going to the wedding Friday, hanging out a little bit on Saturday, and then coming home Sunday. So.
But you said you're going to Sacramento?
It's actually in Oakland.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so even worse.
And you're going into some super liberal territory over there.
Yeah, it's even worse. I can't take my gun with me because I'm flying there.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, it sucks. That's the one good thing about going to Vegas. I can actually like just drive there, take all my equipment with me.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. They're adding, you guys are talking about like bike paths. They're adding a curb protected bike lane here in Chicago on Milwaukee Avenue, which is the busiest cycling street pretty much in the Midwest. It's called the cycling highway. So they're adding, it's like about like half a mile both directions, so it's gonna be curb protected. And a lot of people are against it because it's just gonna be a death trap pretty much. Because the curb protected bike lanes here in Chicago are never kept up. They're always flooded. There's a bunch of shit in there like glass, and there's people walking in them, and there's people parking in front of them as well, so you can't access the bike or the bike lane. So I don't know. What are you guys' thoughts on curb protected bike lanes? Any thoughts on those?
I haven't seen one yet, but
Oh, yeah, okay. I mean, they're nice that the city keeps up with them, but it's like fucking Chicago never does. So it's like I don't have high hopes.
I like the idea because, like in your videos and in Jaw's videos, you always see cars in the bike lane, right? So if there's a curb there that prevents them from getting in the bike lane, then that means the bike lane is actually a bike lane. And I'm for that. But I also kind of get with, so if you're building bike infrastructure on already existing streets, you obviously have to take away from the existing street. So I can see why motorists would be more upset with it, which I don't know. I could see it counteracting the acceptance of bikes, if that makes sense. Yeah. So when you see a biker out on a non-protected bike lane, you're more likely to be a douche to him because you're like, fuck that guy, you know, he has a bike lane back there that I don't, or whatever. But
actually, there's a lot of cyclists that are against it too, which I'm kind of against. I mean, I'm split half and half. Because, like you said, if we don't use that bike lane, we're gonna be like, I don't know, looked down upon.
And that's the thing too that I noticed. Okay, so there's a bike path, I should say. It's not just a bike path because it's like a running path, walking path, bike path, whatever, and it goes up one of the canyons here. But most like legitimate road bikes won't use that bike path because the bike path is always full of stuff, right? And it's not a great cycling path if you're trying to cycle at any kind of speed. So road cyclists will stay on the road. Well, then you always get people driving by you screaming at you out the window like, get on the bike path, that's what it's for, things like that, you know? And so unless you ride a bike and understand all the fundamentals of going fast and appreciate that, I ride on the road and I have as much right to ride on the road even though there is a bike path 10 feet that way. But you just get a lot of a-holes, and they're always the golfers. That's the thing, is whenever I ride that canyon, I always go up early, and the only people who are going out to go up the canyon that early are going to golf. So they're already kind of stuck up and whatnot. Nothing against golf. I like golf. It seems like anybody who does golf is an asshole. Yeah.
Yep.
But so I get it, and I mean it's just like guns, right? It's just like guns. Like I'm totally cool with people owning guns and using them in responsible ways and giving people the rights to do it. But I also understand when people see, you know, senseless killings and things like that and react negative to it. Just like when I see cyclists who ride responsibly and, you know, stop at stoplights or stop at stop signs and treat the road like it's like they're a vehicle on the road. That's cool. But the cyclists that go out there and just blow through stop signs, don't look, you know, cut off cars and like act like they're entitled to be on the road, and you have to, you know, you have to avoid them. They don't have to avoid you. Those are the ones that tend to, I think, make all the other cyclists have to deal with assholes. Because, you know, when I'm riding along, doing what I'm supposed to be doing, acting as if I was another vehicle on the road, I think that sets a good, you know, example, and hopefully people see that and say, holy shit, like that guy stopped at a stop sign. Normally bicyclists just blow through stop signs. So I guess there are some good ones. So maybe that gives the next cyclist a little bit more, you know, credit or whatever. And so they give them a little more space or whatnot. But I think, you know.
Well, there was, I was on Reddit for Chicago just a couple of hours ago. somebody posted a video saying, why are cyclists like this? And it showed like a cyclist merging into the lane, which he was doing right to get into the left lane, but then he cut off a car because he was at an intersection. It was a green light, but he cut the car off that was going in his direction. And then like the person who was recording was like, "You fuck these cyclists! Like, why are they all like this?" And the title of the YouTube video was "Chicago cyclists suck." I'm like, okay, well that's a great, like, now you're generalizing, but at the same time, if that's like all they see, then I mean, obviously they're gonna think that we're all assholes.
Yep.
But they took down the video because everyone disliked it. So
yeah, and that's the thing, you know, is like you have to be aware that you're kind of a bike ambassador, right? You're the guy that's either going to make the person passing you feel like they should respect you because they see you obeying the laws, or you're just another stupid ass cyclist that I'm not going to respect you just like I don't respect any other cyclist because look at how you treat the road. You know, you treat it like it's yours, and I have to always be giving you the right of way or whatnot. But
yeah,
I don't know.
I couldn't help but notice that Jeff he was falling asleep.
It was a long day today, man.
No, I understand. Yeah, I just like. Oh my god, are we boring you?
No, you're not boring me. It's just a long day.
No, I know.
Yeah, I'm like 5 hours ahead of you guys.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to hop off, you can. Cause I'm probably gonna be getting off soon, anyways. I gotta get going soon.
Yeah, we could pretty much end the stream, I guess.
Yeah.
Too much drinks.
It's all them beers, man. You crush them beers too quick.
5.5% alcohol.
Oh shit! Really?
Yeah, that's pretty low.
Pretty
I
low.
thought they were higher than that. Yeah, I thought Angry Orchards were like what 7. I thought they were like some 7 or something like that. I don't know.
No, 5.5.
So the highest beer can be in Utah if you buy it at the grocery store is 3.7.
It's not
What?
beer. The hell is that?
That's like a wine cooler.
Yeah, it's that's I think they just call it grocery store beer, but you can get the normal beer if you go to the actual alcohol beverage dispensary place, the state controlled liquor store. But if you go to the grocery store or 7-Eleven, whatever, and you buy beer, that beer has to be 3.7% or lower.
Damn.
Yeah.
What about buying like hard liquor? Where do you get that from?
You have to go to the state controlled liquor store. So it's only open. The state controls it. It's run by the state. I don't know that the employees are state employees technically, but because they don't look like state employees. But
they don't look miserable.
No, they look miserable, but for other reasons. But they're only open Monday through Saturday, so it's closed Sundays, and it's open from like, I want to say maybe 10 a.m. till 5 p.m. or something like that. Like it's a very, very limited time that you can actually go and buy hard liquor.
Tito's for the win. I'm not a vodka person.
Oh yeah, I can't do hard liquor.
Mr. 305 is a huge Tito's fan. Tito's and the salsa water. He loves
I can only do tequila. That's all I can do.
Only do tequila?
Yeah, I can't do anything else but tequila now. Like for hard liquor.
Most people run away from tequila.
Yeah, for some reason I don't mind it.
Is that what you're drinking at Jobs?
I don't remember what we had. I know, what was the first couple of drinks that we had? I don't know. Was it Corona?
I think it was just beer.
Yeah, it was something, and then the margarita.
Yeah, I think it was the margarita that fucked me over.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Not enough water.
Nope. Or food. No, actually, no, I lied. No, we had that. What was it? Jamaican rice?
Oxtail. Yeah.
That was good. I remember that being good, but then they came right back out.
Chicago.
I know, man.
So young. So young.
And I have so much to learn still.
It's all good, man. Oh, I was going to tell you guys this weird Strava story. So I'm on Strava. and just going through. I sometimes I'll just like do mass, thumbs up or whatever. And I noticed that on one of my rides, someone had thumbs up my ride, and they had the same last name as me. And I thought, well, that's weird. Who is this person? So I click on it, and it's just this total random person from Illinois. And I'm like, how does this person know me? I'm trying to figure it out. Like, not a Facebook thing, not anything. Just like they randomly click like on my Strava, and they, I guess, saw it because they liked it from a GCN thing. Like I'm part of the GCN, Strava group.
Oh yeah.
And so that's where they saw it and just said, "Oh yeah, thumbs up randomly." And so I sent them a message, said, "Hey, just kind of an interesting thing. I've never seen anybody else with that last name that wasn't a family member." And they said, "Oh, well, kind of talk with them. Well, where are you from?" "Well, my family's from Michigan." "Oh yeah, so is my family." So in some weird way, I'm sure we're related, and just the random chance occurrence of some person finding you saying, "Oh yeah, just a random like for some random person on Strava."
Huh.
Craziness.
You guys get a lot of likes on Strava though. Like fucking hell. You guys get like average of like 20 or like 15 to 20 to 30 likes. I'm like, damn. You guys are big there on Strava.
Yeah, I'll get close to 100 on bigger rides.
Really? Damn. Wait, on what? Favorites?
Yeah, like kudos.
Like per post, you mean?
Yeah, like if I do like a big ride, I'll get like close to 100.
Holy shit, nice.
Yeah. And I'm not sure exactly why I started getting all kinds of Strava followers and likes, and it just kind of started happening. I don't know why. I know it wasn't.
YouTube channel.
I don't think so though. Like I don't see the connection. And most of the times when I see it, oh, you know what it was? It was the Frosty cycling crew. After I joined the Frosty's cycling crew, I started getting a lot more followers, and I think that that's where all of our connections are. So that's got to be what the sudden surge was. But yeah. I mean, if it's like me, I have on my computer, I just have an auto like button. And so sometimes when I log into Strava on the computer, it just says, "Would you like to auto like 152 activities?" I'm like, yeah. And it just.
Oh, do you? Oh, nice.
Yeah,
okay.
it just automatically.
I just like to go through. I'll be honest. I look at every single one of your guys' rides and stuff, and I'll click on the stats, and I look at all of them. I'll see your average speed and everything. I don't know. I just like looking at that. How rare is your last name? Is he like everybody mean? Mine's pretty rare. I've never heard of anybody with my last name.
Not even your mom?
Nope.
My last name is not rare. It's the spelling that's rare. I've only met a few other people that spell their last name like the way I spell my last name.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, people.
Trump. Is that how you spell it?
Something like that. Very close.
Skragg, okay.
Yeah, it's only rare because I've only seen one other person outside of family that had the name, and it was actually the other weird thing was this guy has the same last name, and he happened to live in Sacramento where I also lived, and he was kind of famous because he was a sports writer in Sacramento, and so it was kind of weird to see that. But other than that, yeah, I've never seen anybody else outside, or at least on the West Coast. Up in Canada and up in like Minnesota, Michigan, like the northern Midwest, is that what you'd call it? It's probably kind of popular up there, or more popular, but just because that's where everybody still is that has the name. But
if you could cycle anywhere, where would it be and with whom? Ooh. Well, for definitely Utah with all you guys. Well, hold on. I'm gonna go on a list here. So Utah with you, with us three. Second place would be New York City. It sucks I couldn't ride out there, but next time I come out, I definitely want to ride with all of you guys who live out there. And 3 would be Arizona, for sure. Yeah.
that's an interesting one. Arizona. Yeah, I can see that.
I just love the dry heat. I love it.
Yeah.
Whenever I'm out there, I always have a good time.
I was gonna say you'd love being here. Then it's dry heat.
Yeah. Yep.
This is my fear, and I don't know if it's just an unfounded fear because I just know Job would do this to me. He'd ditch my ass in the middle of like the busiest street, kind of like the stories Gator was telling, right? And there I'd be in a sea of people having no idea how the hell to get home, and just be like a scary little puppy, you know, like help, help, and Job would just be like, woo.
You'd be off.
Keep up, Skragg.
Oh man. Yeah, the bike lanes seemed completely useless when I was out there. They're always, first of all, they're in, at least, I think I was on 9th Avenue. I think 9th.
No, you're closer to 8th, I think, right? Like your
What's
hotel. That? Your hotel was closer to 8th?
Yeah, yeah. So I don't know if it was on 8th Ave or 9th Ave with the bike lane, but it was in terrible condition. There were so many people walking in it, so many people like parking in it. I'm like, oh my God, what's the point of having it?
Yeah, it's pretty common throughout New York City, and they don't get ticketed at all. So
yeah, of course, yeah.
Yeah. Exotic places, I think it would be cool to actually go to some of the big GC areas, like where they have those, you know, historic climbs and see what it's actually like to do it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And go and do some of these massive hills and get an idea for just how hard is this thing to do. Because, you know, a lot of times you see something on TV and it looks really impressive, but then when you're there, it's like, oh, this isn't that big a deal. Kind of like Statue of Liberty, not to knock New York stuff, but when I've seen the Statue of Liberty on television, it seems like this super imposing, just like giant thing. But recently I saw some footage where a lady climbed up on it.
Oh, yeah.
And it made it look so much smaller.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I just.
But actually, to be fair though, when I was there, it is pretty big because I was in it and then went outside, and if you're like right underneath it looking up, it's pretty massive. But I mean, yeah. Then again, I didn't really have like this expectation of it being completely huge. But yeah, no. One place I really want to bike internationally is what's it called? The Netherlands.
Okay. Yeah.
Like it's bike culture out there.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
How was the statue? How was the Statue of Liberty?
It was okay. It was super busy though, so inside of it was a little underwhelming. This is you're pretty much climbing stairs for like maybe 2 minutes, and then you get to the midsection of it, and you can go outside, which is like right in the base of it, and it was just so busy you can barely move. I mean, it was pretty cool just for that, but then besides that, it was just kind of
Right.
What's going on, gaming guy from Texas? How you doing?
Lots of new names. Seen several people I've never seen before.
Yeah,
so many people I've never seen before.
Yeah, gaming related too. That must be from all of Chicago's.
Oh, my stream! I haven't streamed in so long. I just gave up. It's so like, it's like a oh man, I don't know. Don't get me started.
Job's done gaming stuff on here too, right?
A couple flight sims.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have it on YouTube. I have it. This is on Twitch, and I don't like streaming anymore.
Yeah. My wife's funny. She says, "What about Hawaii?" I absolutely hate the idea of going to Hawaii.
It's so expensive, especially for airfare. It's like what, like 3,000, 2,000 for a flight or something. I don't know. No, 1,000 per person.
It's just one of those like tourist trap places, right? Like you go there thinking it's gonna be this island paradise, and it's a sea of people all doing the exact same thing at the exact same time.
Yeah, that's why you gotta go on your own, like to different areas where it's not like super touristy.
Right.
I have a couple of friends who are Hawaiian, and they obviously live there, and they hate us. Like they hate when there's a bunch of tourists and stuff because like people are driving through these like streams where you're not supposed to drive, so they're polluting everything. And
yeah,
the live stream seems to be much smoother than last streams. Yeah. Yep.
A little bit of connection, better connection, right?
Yeah. I think the last time I streamed too wasn't that long ago. It was May 24th or something like that.
Yeah, it wasn't terribly long.
Seems like it was longer ago than that, but I guess not, huh?
Yeah.
Have you guys ever had like really long flights? And shit, that just reminded me. I wanted to post this picture of myself from like 10 years ago, literally 10 years ago to the day, of me in JFK Airport. And I'm waiting to get on the plane in this picture. Now I gotta look for it.
Manhattan Henge photographers blocking traffic. Oh yeah, that was today, wasn't it? Manhattan Henge.
Yeah.
What is Manhattan Henge?
It's like when the sun lines up perfectly in between the buildings, like on the street.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We have the same thing here in Chicago.
Same garbage. Probably someone selling T-shirts.
Wait, what's that?
Probably some guy selling T-shirts, making money off the whole thing.
Oh yeah.
In 1,000 years, when civilization's gone and some other civilization is like come and taken over that area, they'll think that they built those buildings there just for that one day.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's actually talk of people leaving New York City one day because the water infrastructure is crumbling. It's like one day New York City will become like a deserted city.
Huh.
And then people will come back maybe 1,000 years later. And as Greg said, like, maybe they built the buildings like this just for like 3 days out of the year. She asked for people to say, oh, look at that. Look how the sun lines up.
Yeah. Well, I know like Florida's good. Like they're in trouble too. Like Miami.
Also, like water stuff?
Yeah, like the sea level is climbing.
Oh, okay.
Like they're already having issues with like streets flooding and stuff like that.
Oh, wow.
Too much rain in Seattle. I agree. Way too much.
When it's not raining, it's pretty. My brother used to live up in that area, and I went and visited him, and it was nice up there. Like
Yeah.
I can see why people would enjoy it, but I was only there for short stints, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Living there, I could see it getting depressing.
Yeah, especially in the winter. I mean, here in Chicago, the winter gets super depressing too. It's so annoying. Like I definitely have. I shouldn't say it. I don't want to self-diagnose myself, but the winters here are just like so bad to the point where it's like everyone has seasonal depression.
Yeah.
Because the winters are long, cloudy, and cold.
I enjoyed the seasons though. Like growing up in California, basically winter it was just kind of rainy and windy, and like 40 degrees would be the cold, and then summer it was hot and humid, but there wasn't much difference, right? So it was just either 100 degrees and humid or 40 degrees and kind of windy and cold. Moving to Utah and actually having to go through, you know, summers are hot and falls are pretty and cool, and then winters are freezing cold and snowy, and then springs are rainy. It's like it's cool to have seasons.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Reminds me of The Day After Tomorrow. Yeah, that was a good movie. I remember that.
At least it's not Nebraska.
True.
I've driven across Nebraska, and let me tell you, it sucks.
Yeah. I couldn't imagine living there, especially when it's like winter time. Oh my god. No thanks.
Yeah, it's flat. The thing I remember about Nebraska, there's two things. They had a burger place called the Runs Burger, and it lived up to its name. And it was very, very flat, and corn. There was lots of corn.
Oh yeah, I believe it. I have a friend who lives in South Dakota, and he's like, well, he grew up here in Chicago, but he moved out to South Dakota, and he's a full farm boy now. Changes you, I guess.
Interesting stuff.
Yeah, I went to the Black Hills in South Dakota to see Mount Rushmore, but the Black Hills area is really, really pretty. And Mount Rushmore was cool. That's another one of those ones. Seeing Mount Rushmore on television, it looks huge. Seeing it in person, it felt like it was really small.
You can't go like on the mountains though, like or behind it, right?
You can go up there, but I'm not sure if you have to get a permit to go hike it. But yeah, you can go and hike up behind it.
The Brett's gonna speed them with 70 or 75. That's how it is in downstate Illinois. I just got back from downstate the other couple weeks ago. It was nice. It was a nice drive, to be honest.
You'd love it here, action. It's 80.
80? What?
Yeah, it's 70 in the where the city part is when you're on the highway, but as soon as you get outside, it goes up to 80.
Damn.
Yeah, so when you're crossing like the Great Salt Flat, or the Salt Flats, not the Great Salt Flats, crossing the Salt Flats, it's 80. About maybe 5 miles south of where I'm at, it goes back to 80, and it's 80 almost all the way down till you hit St. George. And then, yeah.
Interesting.
Crazy Horse would be cool. I wish they would actually be able to finish it, but I guess that they lost some funding. I don't know if everybody knows the story behind the Crazy Horse Monument, but
I think I do, yeah.
They started making the monument and then found out that the monument's gesture that it's making with its hand is an offensive gesture in the Indian culture. And so I guess that kind of caused some problems, but by that time it's too late. They had already cut it into the rock. So see one there. Did you see that when you're in the Black Hills? Crazy Horse, no. When I went to go to the Black Hills, the Crazy Horse Monument had just begun. They hadn't even began to do the face or anything yet. So, yeah, the Crazy Horse is a cool legend. Growing up, here's another funny story about, I guess, Native Americans. So growing up, all my life, my mom would tell us that one of my grandparents was like so much Cherokee, and we've got Cherokee in our blood and this, that, and the other. So we had this whole like Native American culture kind of appreciation. Well, last year or earlier this year, my mom got her DNA tested. Absolutely no Native American whatsoever. And what she thought was our ancestry was German and French and Native American, and found out, no, she's basically Irish. Which was even funnier because we've known about my dad's side because it's nothing but Irish, like second generation off the boat Irish. And now having my mom's genetics there, like I haven't had my DNA actually tested, but I'm sure that it would just come back as being Irish, which if you knew my name, you'd say, wow, that's an Irish name. And yeah, it makes sense now. But that's kind of a story. Almost bedtime.
Skragg is like, man, I'm just getting warmed up.
Man, it's 9 o'clock. Y'all are ready for sleepy time already?
I work late tonight too, so this is killing time for me.
And you're doing the dog sitting thing, right?
Yeah, I'm actually just about to get into CPD finally. They're calling me. Well, I just got to do the weightlifting stuff. I've been going to the gym recently. I just got to do the weightlifting next Saturday, and then say I do pass, and I get called in a month later. So, and I'm just gonna do this as a side job, just because, or this is kind of like a part-time thing. When I'm an officer, just because it's extra money.
My dad, he knew a lot of cops because where he worked for a lot of time or a lot of years was at a bowling alley, and the cops always did security for the bowling alley. So he said, yeah, if you're a cop, you can make all this extra money on the side just doing security jobs.
Yep. So I know a lot of them do security for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In New York City, cops get offered so much overtime. I'm sure regular NYPD cops, they'll do like second jobs. They'll just get overtime at their regular job.
Yeah. Yep.
See, that's crazy because like in your videos, there are cops everywhere. Like I'm constantly seeing cars.
Yes, when I was in New York, I cannot believe how many cops there were. I felt so like, I don't know, it was just crazy.
So you have to remember this. My videos, my commuting videos, are kind of skewed because I'm traveling through some of the busier parts of New York City to get to work. So I'm going through downtown Brooklyn and Lower Manhattan in the financial district, really, really close to the World Trade Center. So yeah, they're gonna be cops there. But when I do my videos like in the Bronx, you're not gonna see a whole lot of cops. Like once you're like pretty far away from Manhattan and all that.
Yeah,
Makes
yeah.
sense.
I was still surprised to see cops on the subway. We don't got that here.
Oh
That's
yeah,
pretty
man.
cool.
They're there just to make sure you don't hop the turnstile.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
want their money. They want to, write you a ticket.
I have to pick your brain next time about CPD for sure, man. Yeah, I'm hoping we can stream again soon so we can talk about that.
Yeah, and that makes sense, I guess. I mean, here you're only going to see cops, once in a blue moon. But
yeah,
and even for a small city, like it feels like we have too many cops for how big our city is, especially now because they hired a bunch more. But I'll see them in the morning, usually on my way to work. I'll see one cop who always sits at the same spot. I'm guessing looking for speeders. And then if I stop at the donut shop, I usually see cops there.
Do you really?
Yeah, almost always.
That's
it's
funny.
like you guys are just fitting the stereotype perfectly.
Yep. Yep.
You guys ever watch Live PD? And they're in Nye County. So anytime they're in Nye County, it's like some redneck ass people the cops are encountering with. And anytime they're in Nye County, I think it was Skragg that's in Utah. I'm like, this can't be Utah. This can't be what Utah has. This is not the best of Utah. It's like just some redneck shit all the time. Just like when the cops pull up, they're pulling into dirt and sand. They're not even on paved roads.
Yeah,
there's
definitely
areas like that here.
Yeah. Well, Life PD, yeah, they're in the county above me in Lake County as well. Yeah, it's less redneck, but it's still like interesting to see.
I would love to see Live PD in New York City.
Oh, dude, they have their own show.
It probably wouldn't last. It would just be too many people doing too much crazy shit on camera.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. Yeah.
I used to watch so much Cops, man. Like Cops was, such a long running show, and I was religious about watching Cops every Saturday when it came on, and then when they switched over to Spike, and then all that. It's so sad. Like it would be on Spike as a rerun from the 90s, and I turn it on and I could tell you like everything that was about to happen for the episode.
Yeah.
That's how many times I had seen them.
I'm just saying, man. I've watched so many Cops episodes.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
My favorite one is the Italian cop. He's in New Jersey, I think Patterson, New Jersey.
Yep.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yep.
And he's like, don't call me Pappy.
Yep.
That's like a classic. Man.
Yep.
And then I think this guy was like a crackhead, but he had weed on him, and he started running. When the cop asked him for ID or some shit like that, the guy just started talking about he's on like probation or on robbery or whatever, and then he just starts taking off and he like hides under the house, and then he pretty much snitches on himself. So like, yeah, there's like 4 grams of weed under there. It's crazy, man.
Yeah.
It's really crazy, that show.
Yep. Yeah, man. Yeah. Just growing up watching Cops. Still to this day, like if I see it, I'll stop in and just see, is this an episode I haven't seen? Usually no, it's not.
Yeah.
It's crazy. All right. Well, my kids are starting to come up here, so I better get going because they're about to. Oh, you smell like the outside. Oh, you stink. Oh, get out of here. You smell like a wet dog. Oh. You went through the sprinklers? That's why you smell like a wet dog. Yeah.
Remember LA Gear sneakers with the chopper? No, I don't remember that. Am I too young for that?
LA Gear sneakers with the chopper? I remember LA Gear sneakers, and I remember LA Gear sneakers with the pumps, but I don't remember the chopper.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
With like the helicopter? Is that what you mean when you say chopper, or like what?
When someone says chopper, I think of a gun. But
I'm thinking about a motorcycle, like American chopper.
And we all got different. Suspect head on sneakers, or on the sneakers. Okay, okay. I don't remember them. Am I just too young for that? I don't know. Oh, the chopper found him. Oh.
Yeah, no. Choppers because of the shoes. Huh. No. I don't remember that one. No, but I loved when they started using the police helicopters and they would show you like the aerial footage and all that stuff and start editing it all together. When it wasn't just like fat cops trying to chase guys and then having like the cameraman legitimately outrun the cops.
Yeah.
Like basically they're following the camera guy. God, those are the good old days before all of the cops were like returned, Marines that just throw everybody on the ground and scream, "Stop resisting! Stop resisting!"
Early 90s? Oh shit, yeah, I wasn't even like a fucking thought at that time. Well.
Oh man.
Oh, 88. Oh yeah. No.
I remember some of the early episodes that came out, and they would always be down in Florida. And there was a guy that he ended up getting his own TV show. Like it was a crazy police incidents or whatever TV show. And the guy was like one of the main. I don't want to call him actors because he wasn't an actor. He was always on the episodes of Cops. Like he was the guy that always was telling them what they were about to do because they're going to go do drug busts at the airport or drug busts out on a boat or whatever. God, I can't remember that guy's name. Oh, that's awesome.
TV show.
That's funny.
Yeah, he got his own TV show, and it was just some kind of like caught in the act crazy insane police chases or whatever.
Oh, are you talking about like the one that has like that one distinct voice, like that's super?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know his name though. Yeah.
Yeah, if you knew his voice, you would.
Yeah.
His shoes kept lighting up. I do remember the LA Gears that had the lights in them, and I, from a very young age, thought that they were stupid. Wayne Gretzky was their spokesman. I remember just when LA Gear was the knockoff cool brand. Like you either wore Reeboks or you wore Nikes. Like those are the cool brands. And then Adidas started getting popular, and LA Gear tried to get popular, but they ended up just becoming like the BOGO shoes at not Walmart but Payless Shoe Source. And yeah, we used to call them bootsy. They're bootsy. But yeah, LA Gears were never that cool, except for when they had the pumps. They were kind of cool for the pumps, but that's about it. Montana was flag. Joe Montana as well.
Corny ass sneakers.
No, wasn't Joe Montana the spokesman for Skechers? I thought it was Skechers, not LA Gears. Anyway, yeah, Joe Montana was the man. You can throw him up there as my all-time favorite quarterback. Wayne Gretzky. All right, you guys are getting tired. Jobs.
Yeah, I got a long night ahead.
Jobs contemplating like, God, do I just turn it off and say my internet dropped?
Just grab the whole computer, shut it down.
Ivan, don't say Montana, boo. Oh, Ivan. I liked you, Ivan. You seem like a cool guy until that. All right. Well, I got to go and like peel the rest of my sunburn off because it's getting really gross. Been doing this whole live stream. Like when I peel, it comes off like a snake. Oh, yeah. I'm one of the worst peelers, man. Like it doesn't just flake off like a lot of people. It comes off like I'm shedding skin like a snake.
Poor big scary.
Hey, I actually don't sunburn at all. Like I don't shed skin.
Huh?
Yeah. I was telling my coworker about
that. Not even on your shoulders?
No, nothing at all. Like literally nothing at all.
Oh. Skragg, what the fuck was that you just put on the I don't want to see that.
just a little flake. Oh man, yeah.
It was on the screen for a split second. Like, it was like throat in my throat.
Yeah, it was a little rough. I shouldn't have done that.
You're good.
Oh man, C-Lam, you showed up just at the end.
Yeah, rip.
Giants 49ers from 80s and 90s? Sure. If you want to talk about some bootsy ass Giants from the 90s, we can talk about them. All right. Well, I guess we're winding down. Unless you guys got something else you want to talk about, I can go all night. Just how I roll.
Up to you guys.
No, I'm done. I gotta wash dishes. And
What?
Yeah. I live in an apartment. We don't have a dishwasher here.
You got to put a ring on that finger, man. That's how you assure that you don't ever have to touch the dishes again.
Oh man.
I mean, if I don't wash them, they just don't get washed. So.
Oh. She's not still in the chat, is she?
Yeah, that's why I can say that.
I see that picture you posted, Job, from, you said it was 10 years ago?
Yeah, 10 years to the day.
That's crazy. You were
damn.
You were tiny, man. You were tiny. You almost looked like Chris Rock.
Man, that's a throwback right there. 2008?
Yeah.
Damn.
You got like a young Morpheus look.
I see that. Yep.
It's like before you took the red pill or whatever. That's pretty sweet, man. That's 10 years ago to the day.
Yeah, July 12th to July 21st, to and from Japan.
Yo, Judd, did you get any questions for this or not?
Yeah, I got a few. Actually, it's on the story. It should be like the next couple clicks.
Oh yeah, I see them. I'm scared to do that. I feel like I'm gonna get fucking trolled. I'm gonna do it.
You can actually, it doesn't automatically become part of your story. So you could choose not to even respond to it and no one would find out. It would just be like you and that person would know about it.
Gotcha.
Later, Action Kid.
Yeah, see you later, man. Thanks for stopping by.
For sure. Oh, definitely. Cool guys. Well, it was fun to hang out yet again. Yep. As we always say, we should do it more often.
Yeah, we
We got to do it in the flesh.
What do you mean?
That sounded like really dirty.
In person, in the flesh.
Oh yeah. All right. See what you said. Like I thought you wanted us to just start taking off our clothes and. All
right, let's go.
Like, come on, guys, in the flesh.
Oh man. Yeah, we should definitely I mean, if we're ever all together sometime in the future.
I was actually surprised you guys didn't do something together, just live stream something together when Chicago was out there, man. That would have been cool.
Yeah, work.
Yeah. Work. And then drinks too didn't help.
Yeah.
See, you could have live streamed that.
Oh yeah. That'd be all over the internet.
Definitely, yeah. I mean, if it ever works out that we could all three be in the same place at the same time, that would be cool.
That'd be dope. I mean, I'm down to go to West sometime.
Yeah, same. I wouldn't mind doing Colorado. I actually want to go away when it gets cold, like maybe January or February. Just go to like Cancun or something like that. I think that'd be really cool.
Yeah.
It gets cold up there though, man. Like, you ever see that movie, The Shining?
No, never seen it.
Yeah, watch The Shining. You'll think twice about going to Colorado in the snow.
Isn't that?
Oh no, I'm saying Cancun.
Oh, I thought you said Colorado.
Oh no. Oh hell no. If I want to be cool, I'll stay here for free.
Wait, how do you do that thing? Ask me something. How do you do that? Ask me.
Ask me anything.
Go to the what do you call it now? You just go to this, this shit comes out. Just go to this.
Yeah.
And you have to like write something in there, and then you just hit the like upload button.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you have to hit the upload button, and once you do that, you can swipe up as if you're gonna add a location, but you'll actually see the question thing.
Ah, I got you. Okay.
That's too young for me.
I just started today. I was like, whoa, this is news to me. You know?
It's in your story. Is that where you see it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll have to check that out. I almost never look at the stories.
Nah, me neither.
But yeah, I actually like Instagram more than Facebook now. I haven't been on Facebook in forever.
Oh, I hate Facebook, dude.
When I got my new phone, I purposely didn't put Facebook on it because I was angry every time I'd open the thing up. It's just people, ignorant people. So I'm like, you know what? I'm not even going to look at Facebook anymore. And I enjoy I enjoy Strava, but I enjoy Instagram more because, one, it's way less political. Except my brother. My brother tries his hardest, god damn it, to try and make every post something political. But everything else
The
is
one
like,
who's getting married?
Yeah. Like it'll be, we had a fine gathering today at this anti-Trump, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, God, why can't you just say it was a fine gathering at the park today? Or
I see if I live in the north or south side. Cause I live in the near west side. Or are you talking about Cubs and Sox? Cause I'm on the north side. I ain't about the Sox anymore. Nope.
What's going on? There was like a random conversation. Was that Chicago? Yeah, it was Chicago. Chicago. Oh. No, I was like, is he on his phone? But yeah.
Where I live, yeah.
I like Instagram for that because most people just actually take pictures of places that they're at, having fun, doing whatever. It's not some Russian propaganda bullshit that's passed around a billion times.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, no, I live in the near west side. I haven't been in my apartment though for the past like 2 weeks.
You live on the west side, you got to throw up the W, man.
There we go.
Wait, it's like that. That's how you do W.
Yeah, but in Chicago they've been using like, it doesn't really represent west side, but it's a lot of the gangs in the west side. Like that kind of, it's like, I can't do it. I'm too late. It's not fucking, I don't know.
Huh. It was a good attempt.
Yeah. I'm gonna get fucking screenshotted.
Yeah.
I'm gonna screenshot me doing it. It's gonna be plastered all over.
Dude, that donkey did move. No joke. Like it's.
Don't scare me.
I was just looking at the over your shoulder right now. It's not there. It's like, oh, another one joined it. That's what it is.
They're freaking.
That thing wasn't there before. I'm just saying.
Oh god.
You're gonna turn off the computer. We'll never see you again.
I'm gonna die. Chicago's a cool town. Didn't see enough of it. But yeah, you guys gotta come to Chicago sometime. It's fun out here.
I'm just such a pussy, man. I go out there, I'm not supposed to have a gun. I get caught with it. I get in trouble. I either lose my ability to carry a gun, or
yeah, dude, so many people have fucking illegal guns out here. Fucking hell.
See, but that's the thing.
Use it like legally, they don't give a fuck.
They're already breaking the law, so they don't care. See, I want to legit like not break the law, just feel like I'm okay.
No, yeah.
That's the thing. It's like laws are designed for honest people to follow, not criminals. So
yeah. True that.
Anyway, all right, guys, we better cut it off.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Good hanging out. Thanks everybody for hanging out with us.
I'll see everybody on Strava. I know Ivan's on Strava, and I think Freddie's on Strava too, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll see everybody on there usually. And all you guys too.
Cool beans. Have a good night, gentlemen.
All right. You too. Thanks for everybody stopping by and hanging out. See ya.
Yeah, definitely. All right, guys. Take it easy.